Hello, this is Jen. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Thank you. Just thank you for being here. I'm here with an energy update. Just a regular energy update and also a twin flame update. As far as regular energy, what I mean by regular is just regular, just overall energy on the planet. It's a pivotal moment. Everything is in the midst of changing, and I've said that in my past few videos. We're moving forward, and we're not feeling this forward movement just yet. What we're feeling is that preparation for this forward movement. So you may be feeling in between things or a big sense of duality, as well as feeling, oh my God, I'm so exhausted of dealing with this. I don't know how the weather has been for you guys, but here in Montreal, Canada, it's been crazy lately, and especially today. I'm recording this on Saturday, and the winds are so crazy right now. And it's a wind of change. It's a wind of, come on, people, it's time to wake up, and it's time to stand up together in oneness and spread the light, spread the love. Let go of the hate. Let go of the false perceptions. Let go of what people call the matrix. You never heard me use these words because, to me, when I hear the matrix, it sounds like this huge control system, and I don't believe in that. Sure, there's a system trying to control us and trying to tell us what to think, how to live our lives. But at the end of the day, it belongs to us. The decision belongs to us to just not be part of the matrix. To me, it's as simple as that. It's just be different or not. Just be yourself. Just express yourself. For those of you who are on Facebook, there's this picture going around, and it's my favorite one, amongst other favorite, but this one is so cool. It's a bunch of little girls. They're about 3 or 4 years old, and they're doing dance classes, ballet classes, and they're there at the dancing bar there on the wall. They're all in position, and the last girl in the row is just hanging with her head upside down, and it's written, be like the girl on the right. If you've seen that picture, you know what I'm talking about, and that's what it means to be out of the matrix. It's just being you. If you feel like hanging yourself and looking at the world upside down, go right ahead. Maybe that's how you're going to find your angle and your perception. Maybe that's how you're going to find yourself. Because I know it's hard to get lost. I know it's hard to feel not rejected, but different. I feel different. I have felt different all my life. I am different. A lot of people call me the shit disturber in my day-to-day life because I am not afraid of tell truth. I'm not afraid of speaking my truth. I'm not afraid of being me. And I have this kind of attitude of, if it bothers you, so be it. I'm not going to change for you. This is the proper mirror effect. And unfortunately, not enough people are able to use that mirror effect as a teacher. They just get very triggered by it, and they start putting the blame and pointing fingers, and it's totally useless. So the overall energies right now are all about forward movement, all about letting go of the old. We're tired, we're done. And I'm being very careful with the words I'm using right now. We're done. We're ready for more, right? We're ready. I am. I'm ready for a better world. I'm ready for a better planet. More love. More love. No more hate, no more anger. And there's a lot of that. And there has been a lot of that lately, especially towards the divine masculine, but also the divine feminine, because a lot of divine feminine are just angry at the masculine, and they're thinking, dude or girl, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? What? I know a lot of people are in that state of mind, not completely understanding what's going on behind the veil. Actually, a lot of divine masculine are going a major breakthrough, major tower moments where they see tower moments, where they are witnessing all the structure in their lives completely falling down. I did say, I think it was 2 videos ago, the truth is coming out. Get prepared, get ready for that. The truth is coming out. What that means for the divine masculine is that they're now seeing things differently. I've said that before, I know, but now they're like, oh my God. And they look at their karmic partners or ex-partner and they're like, oh, you're an ugly person. You tried to control me. It is now very clear to them. And when I speak this way is to some of them. That's how I should express myself. Not everybody is at that stage, but it's the general energy. So somehow they are feeling this, and depending where they're at on their journey, they may be at the beginning of ending things karmically, and they may be at the end. For those who are at the end, they clearly see the karmic situation. They clearly know and feel that this cycle is done and over with, that the lessons are learned, and it's time to move on no matter what that person is trying to make them do. Because a lot of karmic partners or ex-partners are very good at using techniques and all kinds of stuff to manipulate and hide away the truth, because they are afraid themselves of speaking their own truth. They are afraid of expressing their own fears. Therefore, they are using other people as a crutch to say, I don't know how to love myself, therefore I'm going to hold on to you, and I'm going to do everything in my power to not let you go. But rest assured, a lot of divine masculine are done or very close to being done with that, or very close to entering those energies and going through that cycle until it's over. And when we talk about karmic situation, it's not always or necessarily in regards to relationship or romantic relationships. It could be in regards to a work situation. It could be in regards to you, some karma regarding you, or in regards to any other kind of situation. Karma is just karma. It applies to every spheres and departments of our lives. And when there's a karmic situation, the way to get out of that karma is to pay the debt, to learn your lesson, and get ready for a new one. To pay your debt just means learn the lesson, change yourself, change your ways, whatever it is, your way of seeing, your way of thinking, your way of acting, change your ways and move forward. That's how you pay your debt. Even if it's coming from a different life, if it's coming from a past life, a lot of people have been confronted to that lately, having to pay a debt back or forward, depending how you want to see it, in regards to people in their lives that it wasn't clear to them how they were connected. And perhaps you're going to recognize yourself into this. Perhaps someone you know that is not a friend, not a family member, but has been part of your life somehow. And you probably had either karma to pay back to that person, or them paying their karma back to you, or you probably had a role of helping them with their own awakening. If lately, in the past 2 weeks, perhaps it's coming up to, perhaps you're going to go through this in the coming weeks, but in the past 2 weeks, if you have been guided to do things that seemed unusual or a little over the top without being dangerous or anything like that, but just a little out of your ordinary life, just know that it was you being called into your mission and helping your soul family accessing the next level of consciousness. A lot of people were just being very lazy and just sitting down on it and waiting for, life to bring them to the next level and whatnot, all the while being very closed-minded, stubborn, and basically dead asleep. Maybe in the past 2 weeks, perhaps you were called to help these people out. And whenever that happens, it's not about the destination, but about the journey. It doesn't matter how it happens. What matters is the end result, the overall results, and not the immediate one that you're seeing right now, perhaps, but the one on a higher level, on a higher dimension, the big picture. In the past 2 weeks, a lot of people have just been guided to do things like that without knowing exactly why. This is why. And trust me, you're not seeing the entire results right now. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to those situations. And these people that you were called to help awakening, know that they are part of your soul family. They came here at the same time as you to help you out with something. And if you were called into your mission to help them awaken, well, you were called to help them. And you're just being a leader. And at this point on earth, for everyone, we need more light workers in their mission. We need more people aware of who they are, speaking their truth, spreading the love and the light on a mass scale. Everybody needs it, especially those people who are waking up, because it creates a lot of anger, confusion, a lot of what the fuck is going on, a lot of I never saw this coming. Where is that coming from? So we need light workers to stand up tall and shine their lights for everyone through the oneness energy. If you've ever seen the flower of life, we are all one, as I say very often. And as you stand up sturdy and tall and spread your light and shine bright, you have no idea how many people you are helping. You may not know right away. It may come to you years later. Someone coming up to you saying, "Remember when you did that for me?" And then telling you how it opened them up to another level of consciousness or love. Well, that's how. And it doesn't matter if you're not seeing the results right now. Just stand tall in your truth and shine very extremely bright. It's of the utmost importance right now for everyone on the planet, but also to help our dear divine masculine into their tower moment. They are just breaking up. Their hearts is cracked open, either filled with pain from the past that they are trying to let go, or ready to move forward to the next level. That's why if you're not standing in your truth, there is no way your divine masculine can find you if you haven't met your twin, or there's no way that you can reconcile with your divine masculine if you're not standing in your truth. That's I don't even have the words. That's super important right now. Super important. And if you take into account the mirror effect, and I know a lot of people ask me about the mirror effect, how to see the mirror effect, how to use the mirror effect as a teacher. Imagine this. Imagine the infinity sign. And a lot of people say that the infinity sign is the twin flame sign. Whatever. That's not the point. Imagine the infinity sign. You know how it crosses in the middle? Imagine that at that point, it's the 0 point. Imagine that right in the middle, it crosses the other path, right? Imagine that it gets reversed and then reflected back to you. So if you have a hard time seeing in your life, where is the mirror effect? What am I to understand from this mirror effect? If you apply it to a specific situation in your life or a person or whatnot, you can, depending how you work, but if you're a clairvoyant or a visual person, this exercise might help you, or it might just help you understand the principle. Picture yourself in front of that person. Picture the infinity sign encompassing the both of you. Imagine the 0 point. Imagine where the two timelines are being crossed and reversed to reflect back to you. And what is reflected back to you is something that you have within that you don't like and that you reject. That's why you get so triggered by that other person showing you that. And it's not, because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, oh, if they're showing that back to me, it means that they are dealing with that. No, it's being reversed at that 0 point, right in the middle of the infinity sign. It's being reversed. So they are not dealing with that, but they are reflecting that back to you, and you get triggered because you are rejecting that part of yourself. Because it's being reversed. Always remember that it's being reversed. It's not a direct reflection. That's not what the mirror effect is. Sometimes, that's why sometimes I use the word ripple effect. The ripple effect is more of a direct effect. The mirror is always being reversed. And if, for example, your twin is rejecting you because, I don't know, they're scared. They're scared of you. How is the mirror effect in that? What is the mirror effect in that? What are you either going too far on or rejecting in terms of fears? Perhaps you're not speaking your truth enough. Perhaps you're just playing your truth too much, pushing it on people maybe. See, sometimes there's subtle things that are harder to grasp that only you know by analyzing the situation, by trying to feel into the situation and asking yourself, I'm seeing this from this person. What is it reflecting back to me? Because sometimes it's a metaphor also, but it's always in reverse. Aside maybe for fears, sometimes people are afraid because you are afraid. But most of the time, with the mirror effect, when people are afraid, it's because they are rejecting something from you, So the image that is being reflected back to you is just that. It's just that you solved that problem, you're standing in your truth, and it triggers them. So it makes them afraid and they want to run away. That happens to me, It happens to me. Sometimes I'll meet someone in the street randomly. or synchronicity, whatever, and someone I've known from the past and haven't seen for a while, and they, especially if there was some form of unresolved situation, um, I get that often, that they get triggered and they run away, not because I'm mean or anything, but they probably sense that I want to solve that situation, and I'm very diplomatic when it comes to solving situation. I do it out of love, and some people they get triggered by that love. They reject themselves so much, and they dislike themselves so much, and they don't know how to like themselves and to love and show themselves love, that they get triggered by how I try to be in a state of unconditional love to just make things right. Not pretend that it's not there, just make things right. And some people, they just reject that. And that's the mirror effect. It's not nothing you have done or I have done, it's them. And sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes something is being reflected back on me or to me, and I have to sit down and figure it out and then act on it, change it. The only way to solve this is by changing, by being the change that you want to see in the world. So if I go back to the divine masculine, major tower moments, like I was saying, everything is crumbling down, everything. There are ways of seeing, there are ways of thinking, financial problems, big, 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 big theme for the divine masculine, financial problems. A lot of them have a hard time saying no. Now they're going to learn because they're being squeezed. A lot of them are also feeling like they're suffocating right now. They feel the pressure so intensely. They feel the pressure so big, they're suffocating. And they know. They are telling themselves inside, I can no longer go like this. I can no longer hold this in. I have to change and I have to do something about it. So the next phase is the action phase, which is a very physical thing to do. So for the upcoming weeks, maybe perhaps the entire month of November, which is a huge month for change, you may be called into doing specific actions for your twin flame connection or towards your twin flame. And don't be scared of that. Like a lot of Buddhists say, you can meditate and pray as much as you want, but until you take the proper action, nothing is going to move. That applies to the twin flame connection as well. And I very rarely see that into videos or readers. So take what resonates. If you don't resonate with that, fine, I respect that. But if you do, go ahead and act. Take the proper steps, make the proper actions for your own good, for your twins' own good, and for everybody's highest good. At the end of the day, the point of this connection is a mission of being light workers and working in harmony with everyone. So if you take no action and you just spend your time thinking that it's going to happen whenever they're ready, yes, sure, that's like the premise for things to happen. But at one point, if you want to bring those energies into your physical world, you'll have to do something. And it doesn't necessarily mean reaching out to your twin. That's not what I'm saying. If you're called and you're guided and you feel guided to reach out to your twin, go ahead and do it. But it may just mean taking action into your own life. I don't know, moving, changing cars, selling your car, I don't know, changing something, changing jobs, changing something. And talking about jobs, a lot of twins are being misguided into thinking that everybody has to have a spiritual job or a job in a spiritual field. That's far from being true. A lot of people will remain where they are, but they will spread the love and the light where they are. Even in the business world, light workers are needed in every area, in every career, whatever, on earth. Like I do on a day-to-day, I work, I have a day job, and then I do the spiritual thing and I combine the two together. I have a business where I do business and I spread the love there. And I also have a spiritual business where I do readings or energy healing or coaching, spiritual coaching, and all that beautiful stuff. But I also do business. I do sales, business development. And through that channel, I spread the love and the light into the business world. And more people in the business world, corporate world, are awakened and are spreading this new wave of enlightenment. Just like in every other field, though, there are people that are there for the wrong reasons, trying to get money out of it, and there are people that are there for the right reasons. So whenever you hear get out of your corporate job, blah, 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 if you don't resonate with that, stay there. It means that you're meant to stay there. Because imagine if everyone started having a spiritual business, it would not work. It would be out of balance. So, and if you're already very comfortable and loving what you're doing right now, it means you're in the right place. If you don't like your job, though, that's your sign that you need to do something else. And it doesn't have to be spiritual necessarily. It could be a combination of the two. Or the spiritual thing becoming a part-time or even full-time, but having something else on the side. I don't know. Everybody's different and has a very unique mission, therefore a very unique story and career path, just like a very unique spiritual path. So whenever I hear that in videos, I get very uneasy because that's a very dangerous thing to say to someone. Go ahead, you're ready. You know, not everybody's ready. Not everybody's meant to be in spirituality full time. What matters though is that at the end of the day, no matter what job you do, no matter what career you have, is being your best self, is spreading the love and the light and helping people, being of service to others and not of service to you, to others. If I go back to the divine masculine, this tower moment, for some of them, it will be like the last one before a major leap forward, a major timeline jump or quantum leap. Some people like to use these terms, but whatever, we're here on Earth. So it's good. For some of them, it's going to be the last one. They've reached the end of the rope. Unfortunately, and I get very shaken inside when I say that, unfortunately, some divine masculine have resisted so much and are still resisting. Some of them will unfortunately go through a very deep depression or a burnout because they just don't get the message. They just refuse to surrender. They refuse to align with their truth and their mission, and they're just being too stubborn. And it will take something like that for them to realize. They will get up, they will get out of it, but until they do, unfortunately, there's no more time. Therefore, the universe will make sure that something happens to make them stop and make them look at themselves and their lives and make them contemplate and realize so that they can align. So that they can align. And then they may, during that phase or right after, go through another form of dark night of the soul kind of thing, kind of energies until they get back up. So that's why it's super important to just Be very sturdy and be very confident into your own personal power, because if you resonate with these words, more than likely your divine masculine is about to go into that phase, or is in it, or has been in it, and will be coming out. So you need to be very sturdy on your feet, on your own 2 feet, on your own, not waiting for them, but by taking the lead, by being by leading by example, by taking the lead, and by trusting that everything is going to be fine, by just moving forward, knowing that all you've done is about to come all together and show you the big picture. Just like in the marathon, on the last mile, you're tired, you're exhausted, but you know that the finish line is right there. So being a runner myself, or I used to run before having so much back pain, the last mile is very difficult. So you kind of like put yourself into this state of hypnosis where you don't feel your body anymore, but you're able to just keep going until you finish. So try to put yourself in that state, whatever it means for you, whatever you need to do to reach that level where you don't let any noise get into your mind. You don't let any interference, whether from you, from your ego, from your mind, from external people, from people in your surroundings, or from watching too many readings and videos. Just stay focused, extremely, extremely, extremely focused. That's the only way you're going to reach your goal. And that's the only way you're going to be able to hear your own proper guidance, and make sure to follow through on that guidance. Make sure you follow through. Sometimes when we listen to our guidance, we don't always understand why, and we're like, this feels weird. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know, I'm just called to do this. And we know later, we know once the situation has shifted, we know why we had to do this. It happened to me lately, and I'm used to it by now, but to me, it feels like a game. It's like a form of excitement, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see what the outcome is. But, you know, when you're guided to do something, you're like, what? Why? Why do I need to do this? And you know right away if you need to do it or not, because if you think for a moment about not doing it, you feel all twisted inside. You feel it doesn't feel right. And when you think about doing it, it feels right. It feels like everything is aligned, and it feels light, and you feel good about it. So follow through. Even if it sounds crazy, even if I'm not talking about a dangerous thing, of course, but I'm talking mostly about being bold, not being afraid of being you, not being afraid of speaking your truth and expressing yourself. Even if it means expressing yourself to people you don't know, even if it means risking other people saying, what is she talking about? Who cares? Do it. It's for you. At the end of the day, it's for you and your own journey, and nobody else is going to do it for you. So just follow through. That's really important. And then you'll see, once the energy has shifted, you're going to be shown why you needed to do these steps that you didn't know why while you were doing them. Just like driving at night. You only see a few feet ahead, but you know the road is there. It's in that state of mind that we need to be in. And the overall purpose of that is just to shift energies. Once it has moved, usually like a piece of the veil has lifted, and you're able to see what was behind. Therefore, everybody involved is able to see what was behind the veil as well. They just see it through their own lens, though, through their own perception. So whatever lessons they needed to learn, they are starting to learn it. or not, but I'm an optimist, so I'd like to think that they do. Um, yeah, divine masculine. So yeah, so you may feel a lot of triggers, a lot of emotion moving through you at this point. Normal. Just let it out. Just don't get attached to it. Don't blame anyone. Surrender the anger. I know it's very difficult. We're tired. I'm tired too. I'm tired of feeling the collective. Sometimes, some days I'm like, people, what can we do today to move a little faster or a little further? You know, we're all in this together, so please let's pick up the pace. But you know, I know that part of me is impatient. That's in my true nature. I'm fast. I'm usually faster than the average. I'm usually the one who's always done first, this and that. So on those days where I feel impatient, I just take this opportunity to show myself a little bit more love. Therefore, it helps me love other people. And sometimes it's just chilling, watching a movie or something else. But by showing myself some love, I'm able to regain my balance internally and see and be in compassion and unconditional love for other people, because sometimes it's hard, and I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. I know a lot of people are feeling this way, and I know that people are tired. I know that people are triggered, but like I said, we are in preparation for this huge forward movement from now until the end of the year. We're in November. There's only 2 months left. And 2019 is a huge year for spiritual mission, for being aligned, so do it now. Clear everything that is in the way now to take a little break, and then when comes 2019, that you've reached that next level, that you've reached that balance inside of you, where yes, you do get triggered, but it lasts a fraction of a second and it's gone. Or you get triggered, you have a good cry, and then you're done. Then you move through this a lot faster. Because time is speeding up. I know a lot of people have been feeling that also lately, that time is speeding up. I feel it. I'm like, oh my God, the days are going by so fast, yet it feels I have done nothing. On some days, that's how it feels. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point of this video. So yeah, divine masculine. Send them a lot of love. It's really important. A lot of love. They need it. A lot of them are seriously working super hard, trying to align and connect their hearts to their mind, as if they don't have access to their mind anymore. They're forced to be in their heart. There's no more time. The twin flames, they need to come together. So the universe is working on that. Is working on helping the masculine finding that balance inside of accepting their feminine side and reaching union inside. And for some divine feminine, it's accepting their divine masculine. A lot of feminines have a hard time taking action. They need to embrace their masculine side a bit more. And some masculine, they just need to embrace their feminine more until a really nice balance is achieved. So yeah, a lot of them have been very emotional. A lot of them have been hit by this huge nudge from the universe of, tap at the shoulder saying, hey dude, what are you doing? Because you're out of line right now and you need to be back on track, because the universe, the planet, and your divine partner needs you. So what are you doing? And they are slowly being escorted back onto their path, their spiritual path, their path where the light is, as opposed to being in the dark and just going in circle and not moving or resisting. That's done. That's done. There's no more time for this, and there's only time for love, for light, for hope, for trust. There's no time for negative thinking, for anger, negative emotions. There's no time for this. It's done. It's done. So if you feel these energies inside of you, just clean them out to make space for what's coming in this forward movement. Otherwise, you're going to be very overwhelmed and it's going to be very complicated to navigate through. So just get prepared for this. Cleaning, inside and out. Cleaning your insides, your emotions, your thoughts, your patterns. Cleaning where you live. Cleaning your closets. Cleaning, getting rid, healing, to be ready for what's coming, because it's big. What's coming is really big. It's really new energies of love and light, and if you're not prepared for that, it's going to be overwhelming, like I said. That's it. That's it for now. If there's something else, I'll come back, but yeah. And basically, one last thing. If you're in Twin Flame and you're watching this, you're more than likely one, otherwise you wouldn't be on this channel. Try to find other channels where they speak about quantum energies. I invite people to watch anything from Lynn McTaggart, from Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Joe Dispenza, Tom Campbell, and there are plenty other others, plenty of other people who are explaining spirituality at a scientific level where it makes a lot of sense, and we need to get our heads out of the cloud at one point, out of what some people may think is 5D, but we're still in a human body living a 3D experience. So at one point, shit needs to happen on a 3D level. So we need to embody that. So if you're only watching Twin Flame stuff for a week or 2 weeks, I invite you to watch other channels and other videos where they speak about science, where they explain the science of spirituality, where they explain in scientific terms what energy is, how it's moving through our body, through the unified field, because a lot of people are misaligned when it comes to that, and they kind of like rely on hope too much, and until you align to that, you're not going to move forward. So the field, the unified field, I've talked about it many times in other videos, but if you have not seen those, there's this intelligent energy linking each and every one of us together. That's the flower of life. And in that field, all the answers are present. They're all there. When you set an intention, you have to direct it towards the field so that it can reflect back to you, or give it back to you, or bring it to you. That's the law of attraction. And as we do so, we're helping the planet heal. We're helping people heal. That's the power of intention when we upload it to the field. If we don't, or if we upload negative things, we're going to receive negative things. So that's why we need more and more light workers in service, and that's coming up in 2019. In the past year, in all of my videos, all I kept saying is more and more people are awakening, more and more people are awakening. We're there. It's 2019. It's coming. So in order to be ready and prepared and avoid chaos, because can be very chaotic to awaken. It could be a traumatic experience. We need people to be in service, and we need people to be ready and sturdy, to have the proper education and information, and not just those readings about twin flames. Not that, like, I may sound like I'm very against it, but some channels, I mean, they're not of love and light. They're just not. So use your discernment. And yeah, so I'm gonna repeat those scientific people: Tom Campbell, Lynn McTaggart, Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden. Did I forget one? There are plenty others. Sam Harris. So many. Check them out. You're gonna love them. There's also this. I don't know if he's French or from Switzerland. Nassim Aramin. He's amazing. He works very closely with Bruce Lipton. So check them out. And thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so on my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings, using my email, indigogirl555@gmail.com, or using my website. It's on the description below. Thank you so much. Be well.